Let me tell you something, bro.
I missed that.
There was a time in this country where if a movie came out, there was an undercurrent, and there wasn't Twitter, and there wasn't Facebook, and there wasn't social media, but there was an understanding that if you went to see that movie, you were going to see that movie on acid.
Wow.
Okay, that was it. You know, when we were younger, yeah, we like in the 7th and 8th grade, yeah, we'd get together on a Saturday, and we'd get in a bus, the number 1 bus to Jersey City, and we'd go behind a fucking alley, and we'd smoke 10 joints when you're in the 7th grade, and we'd get fucking baked.
Oh, yeah.
And go in and see the Pink Panther movies or Kentucky Fried Movie. They were just movies that there was an undercurrent that you knew you weren't going to see that movie straight. Like your days are going to see straight movies with your fucking family.
We did that.
You know,
Rocky Horror Picture Show. That was amazing.
Yeah,
that was a popular one.
I did that later on.
Right.
Like, you went to see all the rock movies. At that time, all the theaters had midnight showings of rock movies. There wasn't a lot of them. There was 10 of them.
Yeah.
They were all in rotation. Pink Floyd, Live at Pompeii, The Song Is the Same, Neil Young and Crazy Horse, Neil Young with the whole crew, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. There were a couple of movies that were hour and a half that you knew you were going to see them high at midnight on Friday night. And that's what you and 20 of your friends did. But the most vivid movie I still remember going to see that, it was mandatory that you did acid, was Apocalypse Now. Like, it was known that you were not going to see that movie.
Based on what? Who told you that?
That was the word on the street. Before the movie even came out, like, that was it. We're going to see that on acid.
Bro,
Like, that was it. Everybody's doing acid and going. And like 20 of us would go and do fucking acid and go inside. You would hear people, it was 3D glasses without the 3D glasses. When they were doing the fucking scenes with the strippers and shit, that scene blew my mind because they did the Redux and they added all the Dutch scenes and shit. This is before all that.
Fuck the Dutch.
But when they were bombing them with the things, you're tripping your fucking balls off in the movie theater. We ate this acid that was double barrel sunshine. And we all went to see. I still remember vividly who I went to see that movie with. And what one of the guys did, this guy, John Crowley, there was a Carvel in that mall. This was the Fairview Cinema.
The Carvel cakes with ice cream?
Yeah, but there was a store that gave you the cone. And somebody went into the movie theater and threw the cone down. And it was melting, and it had a few ants around it, and there was a long line. And he goes, watch, I'll cut in front of the line. And he picked up the fucking ice cream and started, we were all on acid.
Oh, yeah.
His name was John Crowley. He started eating the ice cream. And everybody in that line fucking froze, and we just walked in like we owned the joint.
People on acid were fucking eating.
No, people on acid were watching my friend eat a cone of ice cream that was melting with ants on it. He picked it up and ate it. You think people were going to fuck with him after that? And then, before the movie started, he went up on stage. We dared him. Go ahead, go up there on stage and tell the people. He was so fucked up on acid. He went up there. He's like, can I have your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen? And there people were fucking howling because they had just seen him eat a fucking ice cream cone outside with ants on it and shit. You know, like, I went to all those. Another time, I went to a movie. I went to see AC/DC with a friend of mine, Kurt DiLorenzo. God bless his soul. And we did coke that night and booze. We drank like blackberry brandy. But me and him were tight. And one night we pulled a Lee on him. Me, him, and his kid Louis Castellito went to a movie. I can't remember what movie it was. But on the way home, we were on fucking fire.
Yeah.
Like, the acid was beaming. We were tripping. We were seeing shit.
That's crazy, bro.
And I think it was Louis Castellito kept saying, guys, I keep hearing sirens. And there were sirens. But I kept telling him, I don't hear no sirens. Damn. And the other dude played along with me. He's like, I don't hear no sirens. Dude, we kept walking. There must have been a fire somewhere. There's sirens everywhere. And this guy's like, what? I wonder what's going on. Why are there sirens? And we're like, we don't hear no fucking sirens. Knock it off. And it had just rained. Like, when we were in the movie theater, it rained like... It rained a ton. And there was a pothole with water on it. Now we're fucking with him for at least 15 minutes about the fucking sirens. He's hitting his ears and shit. He's like, I gotta make it stop. I gotta make it go away. We're fucking howling, me and Kurt. And there's a pothole filled with water. And I'll never forget, he bent over and took the water and started coming on his face.
That's
He started splashing the water on his face. And he kept saying, I still hear the sirens. And we're like, listen, knock it off. There's no fucking sirens. And after about another block of getting tortured, he just took off and ran off.
Yeah,
the next day we saw him. He's like, that was fucked up last night. He goes, I went home. I kept hearing sirens.
Dude.
Oh, my God. That is the best. When you take somebody when he knelt down on Kennedy Boulevard, dog, and splashed water on his face. From the pothole, I nearly and it was right across from Fairview fucking Diner. Me and George, and there was a little hill, so all the water ran into that pothole.
Oh, nice.
There was a couple inches of water when he bent. The street was still wet, but dog, when he bent over and splashed water on his face, that was the killer right there.
I wonder if there was an increase in like mental institution, like in that
from
time.
acid,
from just Joey.
Oh,